Facebook, stop shutting down my videos. Quit silencing us. It's getting really old, and all you're doing is upsetting more and more people, so knock it off. Sorry, Facebook just randomly shuts my live videos down. This isn't anything new. So the last point that I wanted to make before Facebook so rudely shut my live stream down is that Agent Lapp, L-A-P, testified weeks ago for the prosecution, and the defense cross-examined him and asked him if Mark McConnell was the only informant who stayed at the refuge. Agent Lapp said yes. This is before Terry Linnell was subpoenaed and found out about. He said yes, Mark McConnell was the only informant to stay at the refuge, and he said, quote, all other informants stayed in the town of Burns and traveled to and from delivering information at the end of each day to him about what was going on at the refuge. Agent Lapp lied under oath. He deceived the defense, making them believe that anybody else they called to the stand that had stayed at the refuge would in fact not be an agent or an informant, because he himself said that none of his informants, he was the one in charge of all the informants, so he would have known Terry Linnell was reporting back to him, and instead of answering honestly, he lied and said no other informants stayed at the refuge. Now we've learned there are 13, at least 13 more, and their names are not going to be disclosed. How many of those 13 stayed at the refuge? How many of these informants, like Mark McConnell, gave false information to the FBI, which allowed them to justify the illegal roadblock and ambush on Highway 395 on January 26th? This information is important, and it's a constitutionally protected amendment that you will be brought before your accusers in court, that there won't be secret courts. People informed the FBI that Ryan Payne, informants reported to the FBI that Ryan Payne was going to do something to Sheriff Ward's family. That was a lie. And had the Oregon State Patrol not slipped up on the stand and outed Mark McConnell, they still wouldn't have known to this day where that information came from. So the fact that there are more informants is important to their case, because it helps them to understand and to bring these witnesses to the stand to testify why they were lying to the FBI, saying that this was a threatening environment, that they were blocking people from coming to work, which they were not doing. These informants that reported this back to the FBI that then justified the ambush need to come to the stand and testify under oath, swearing to tell the truth, where this information came from. So that if the defense has proof that they're lying, whether it was because it was on camera or recordings, then the defense can prove them to be false witnesses on the stand. At this point, there are so many informants, I don't even know if half of the defendant's witnesses who took the stand, if any of them were paid off to make certain statements. There were a few statements that have been made on the stand that didn't make any sense coming from a defense witness. But the defense just started asking today to each witness if they have been paid to give their testimony or for any information regarding Bunkerville or the refuge. That's one other thing. Ryan said that he would ask each witness that today, which he said he has done. He asked Bran Thornton if he has received any payments or information, if he's received any payments for information, and Bran Thornton testified no, he has not. So the judge is realizing that as they call these witnesses to the stand, they're being questioned with more scrutiny, and she's trying to protect them, which is why she's letting them have these self-appointed attorneys or court-appointed attorneys before they take the stand. Kidlets are calling me back in. 1 second. So get down right now. So it is a big deal that these witnesses take the stand so that the defense, stop please right now, so that the defense can properly question these people and find out if they are or are not informants. But the judge is going to protect them. She has told Ryan multiple times now to stop talking, to sit down. This is such a joke, you guys. At the beginning of this, I truly believed that as long as they received a jury trial, that they would get a fair shot to present their evidence. I had no idea what a joke of a system this is. It's literally like a movie being played out, where Judge Anna Brown is the director of the film, and she's deciding what will or will not be said, and then it controls the feelings that the viewers have at the end of the movie based on how the movie was directed. It's a total kangaroo court. There is no justice. Judge Brown is protecting the government because that's who signs her paychecks, because she's a federal judge. She does not care about the truth getting out. She cares about the Bundys spending the rest of their lives in jail. And you guys are letting it happen if you're not showing up or making phone calls or reaching out to your elected representatives. Michelle Fiore just stood at the House and said the name of Lavoy Finicum before Congress. She said that Lavoy Finicum was wrongfully killed because terrorist agencies like the Bureau of Land Management set him up. We have very few people that are willing to speak. Get behind those people. Don't listen to the negativity and the lies that some people are spreading about some of our representatives that are actually doing something. Get behind them. Help them. Keep them in office. Get the corrupt ones voted out of office. You guys were supposed to be the ones that are in charge of those who govern us. But the problem is most of our elected representatives are not truly the governed anymore. They are bought and paid for. So they're not really representing us. That's why we need to get them removed from office. You guys, we need thousands of people to hit the street. This is just ridiculous. This whole court, did you know that they allotted $100 million for this case? $100 million our government allotted for this case to get a couple ranchers put behind bars for supposedly impeding somebody from coming to work. Supposedly. $100 million to prove that somebody kept the king's people from coming to work. This is so much bigger than that stupid refuge. And if you guys haven't figured that out yet, your head is in the sand and you're doing nothing to help. Pull your head out, educate your neighbors, help people to understand what's going on, because it's going to get worse. And when it gets worse, you will have nobody to blame but yourself, because our founders fought to keep this very thing from happening. Call your elected representatives today. Let them know about the kangaroo court that's happening in Oregon. Get Judge Anna Brown removed from her seat. Let's figure out how we can get some justice back in this injustice system. That's all I have for now, guys. We'll do another update later, or just follow John's page. Hopefully he'll get back to it once court is out.